There we go. All right. Hi, guys. We're back.
What's up?
We're both a little tired, so you're going to have to indulge us a little bit here. I just got a headache just now, so I'm going to deal with that, too. So we just got the second religious movie of the year that I'm aware of. If there's more, I missed it. But Risen, that's what it was called.
Yeah, right? Risen, yeah.
You know, I got to say, it does show how much effort and competence can make a movie at least watchable.
Yeah,
like this is not even close to the worst religious movie I've ever seen. In fact, there's actually some parts I actually thought were genuinely interesting and well done.
Yeah, this is another one of those movies where you're just like, oh, we're gonna watch Jesus die again, and it's all gonna be all, that whole deal. But there was some stuff in there. I felt like, they definitely definitely took some time in thinking some of this stuff out.
Well, I mean, after some of the shit I've seen with religious movies, this one, because most of the time it's everyone who believes in Jesus is good and everyone else who doesn't is bad.
Pretty much.
And that's this one, I will give him credit where credit is due. I mean, it's quite frankly way longer than it needs to be, and it's quite very boring a lot, especially in the third act.
Yeah.
But
really. I thought the third act was better than the rest of it.
Really? Because I actually thought the beginning when they're talking about the politics stuff, I actually thought that was more interesting than anything else.
I got kind of bored around there. Well, no. I kind of like that part, but it was somewhere around I don't know. There was somewhere around every time oh God, what was it? There was somewhere around the middle where he was just interviewing people nonstop.
Okay, that stuff was boring.
That stuff bored the crap
I'm talking
out
about
of me.
the beginning, the very beginning.
Yeah.
When they're kind of showing the politics behind everything.
Yeah,
that stuff I found interesting.
Yeah, that was cool.
The interview stuff was bleh.
Yeah, the interview stuff that was the low point in the movie where he's just asking people, and I'm just thank God he's interviewing someone. I almost thought we ran out of people.
But here's what's interesting about this movie, though, is the fact that it does take it. These are a majority. There are a few people that ham this up to the nth degree, and it was okay, that was kind of
let's go fish.
Let's go fish. You're
we're going fishing. He's
that's what Peter yells.
And then he's just.
But anyway,
and he's we didn't catch any fish. I'm well, no shit, Pete.
You scared the fish.
Him off. You're screaming into the goddamn night.
But anywho, well, what I like about this though is it does take into account that these are people, more or less, and a lot of them are skeptical for a good reason, or a lot of them are just doing.
They got reasons to.
A lot of them are just doing their damn job. But
much.
I actually thought that was kind of a refreshing perspective on that, especially because Pilate's a big character in this movie, which I was surprised they made him a villain at the very end.
Pilate the Summoner. Yeah.
You can take a drink game out of time. So Pilate has summoned you.
Pilate summons you. Pilate summons you.
Drink.
Yep.
But even then, the main character in this movie, I forget the character's name. I think
they called him Tribune a lot.
Yeah, Tribune. I'm assuming that's his rank.
That was his rank, yeah.
Play as Tribune, I guess, is kind of the go-to man to get shit done in Jerusalem, I guess. And Pilate kind of brings him in there after some weird kind of low-budget fight scene, which is the only fight scene in the movie, by the way.
Pretty much,
the only fight scene in the entire movie.
I wasn't too bothered.
No. Based on the way that one was shot, I was okay, I'm kind of glad they stuck to one.
Yeah.
Because even that looked like a stretch for them.
A little bit.
But anyway, so it's Pilate comes in and he goes, well, we've had this person that's kind of stirred up trouble. It was kind of madhouse, so I had to crucify him. He doesn't say, I hate this man, he must die. He says, I'm doing my fucking job.
That's
here.
kind of how it was. In the Bible, the only reason, he got away with killing Jesus because he, what was it? He had to pull a murderer out of crucifixion. He's just all right, fine, you bastards, I'll kill him. Jeez.
But
leave me alone.
What I like about it is and I'm not a heavy religious person.
That's fine.
I don't know if you are. I don't know
I'm familiar with the Bible. Yeah, I'm familiar with it. I'm Catholic light.
Fair enough.
I go to church every once in a while, and once in a while is a couple of years. So
I mean, but even then they're talking about this. I feel like people in this time period and talk about it. Dude, this is really fucking weird. Yeah. They're just as weirded out and confused as everyone else was. And honestly, it was kind of refreshing. A lot of people actually respond like real people. With some exceptions. Yeah. Namely the guards, I felt were a little over the top.
A little Like,
especially the one that makes the confession at the end of the movie when he's drinking. He's acting.
oh yeah, he's
acting like
fell the hell apart.
He just acting like Moriarty from Sherlock, and I didn't dig that either.
It's like
just hamming it up. I was like, okay, that's like the least convincing performance in this movie. And like
much.
some of Jesus' followers were like,
"Are you okay?" Yeah, he looked like
it was weird. It was just a weird performance. But anywho, like I forget the main guy who plays the main character in the movie. I know he's playing Michael Jackson apparently. You didn't hear about that?
What? No, I didn't hear about
9/11 straight to TV road trip movie that has this guy playing Michael Jackson. This is happening.
You fucking serious?
I'm dead serious.
Jesus fucking.
Like even though like this movie's it's competently shot, it's competently acted for the most part.
The acting was pretty good.
The writing's decent. It's not great, but it's decent.
It is, like I said, those interviews, I'm just like, oh god, just
wrap it up.
We need to.
Like,
I want to watch you arrest someone. I just need to.
Those are the parts. Like, there's parts where like I found genuinely interested, and I like for like the first fourth, I was like, okay, I'm kind of getting into this movie a little bit. Like, I'm digging the politics. I'm digging like everything that everyone's doing makes sense.
Yeah,
that it's not because of like religious zealotry. It's because people are just doing their goddamn jobs.
Like, I think it kind of helps though that first half of the movie is shot from the Roman perspective.
Yeah, that's sort of
like So, when it's applied from the Roman perspective, they're like, when they hear his body's gone, they're like, okay, we got to find that body.
Yeah, because
we got to clear this whole come from the dead thing off. That's what the Romans would have said, yeah.
It makes sense.
Like,
and that's what I'm talking about. Like, they clearly put more effort into making this a more convincing story.
Pretty much.
So when the Roman Tribune does believe towards the end of the movie, it makes sense.
Yes, it did.
And there's like this is probably the best religion movie I've seen since Bruce Almighty.
That's what we're comparing this to.
Yes, Bruce Almighty. That's what we accuse Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey is Jesus. Now to be given credit, I think they actually got like an actual what's Israeli person to play Jesus.
Yeah, they did. I noticed that. It's just like, wait, he's not white. He's not white. They did it.
I mean, granted,
They cast a non-white Jesus.
I mean, granted, he's also probably the most boring character in the movie, but
kind of a little.
He had a good one with the tribute at the very end.
Like, I mean, he doesn't really do much through most of the movie, so it didn't bug me that much.
He has a good scene with Tribune at the end.
Yeah, he does. He does have a good scene with Tribune, and like. Honestly, like, there were quite a few parts in the movie where I felt like Jesus had there were a couple parts in the movie where I felt like Jesus had hey guys, watch this. Just watch and learn, fellas. Just another day in the life of Christ.
I just know I kept making Lord of the Rings jokes. Because so much of this stuff I like oh my god, it's just ripe for like Lord of the Rings jokes. It's like, I think it leaned over like 3/4 of the way through. It's like, oh man, I just realized that Lord of the Rings is really about Jesus.
You were telling me that.
It makes sense now. Like there's a part where like once Tribune starts to believe, and that's another thing I like about this character too, is he's skeptical.
Yeah.
From beginning to end, he's skeptical, as a person would be. But at the same time, it's like, okay, something's going on. To have to figure it out. By the way, Malfoy's in this movie too.
Malfoy? Oh man, the Harry Potter jokes.
Well, then we got one that you had to like bite your hand.
I had to. What was it? There was a part where Malfoy's chasing after Tribune
because they realize
the disciples.
Tribune kind of goes AWOL to follow the disciples to find Jesus after he sees Jesus alive for himself, and does what anyone would do. It kind of freaks the fuck out.
Yeah.
So he follows them through that way, and Malfoy kind of follows in pursuit.
He catches up to him. And Malfoy is ready to
attack him, but then Tribune disarms him.
Tribune owns his ass,
and then just you forget my face, that kind of speech. And then he kind of walks away, and I lean towards you, and I go, "My father would hear about this."
My father would hear about this.
That's the way he kind of walked off too,
it's kind of like his little Malfoy was coming out, just little Malfoy.
And so
my father would hear about this
because they're heading like the Galilee or something like that to find Jesus again. That's where I tell him to go. And
I want to summarize this movie just like what was it? I found Jesus! Found Jesus! I did it! We can stop looking. He's right here. Found Jesus!
They never actually call him Jesus in the movie.
They
too.
don't actually. Like
Again, kind of refreshing.
Yeah, I gotta look that up because I didn't know he was called something else. Like,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like more Jewish dialect.
Yeah. It was
because
more,
I'm pretty sure it's just a translation.
Yeah, it was more Hebrew. Yeah, it was a Hebrew name. Yeah, I always forget that he's called something else.
I know. I was like, again, there's a lot about the movies like for these kinds of movies is remarkably refreshing.
Yeah, like there was they did some research on this stuff. Yeah,
I mean, like guys, I don't give religious movies shit all the time because the majority of them are terrible. But when it's
pretty much
like actually is decently made, I'll give it credit.
Yeah,
like I mean, like this isn't a terrible movie. It's not a movie I'm gonna watch again.
Not a great movie, but
there are parts that are boring as fuck.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like especially towards the end when they're just wandering the desert. I was like, can this have a point?
Yep,
Can this go somewhere?
We're walking. We're disciples, and we're walking, trying to find Jesus. Is he behind that shrub? No. Is he behind that shrub? No. I spy with my little eye. I spy with my little eye. Is it a shrub? Yes. Is Jesus behind it? No. Then keep looking.
No, but I found Carmen Sandiego.
I've been looking in these bushes all day. I found Carmen Sandiego, I found Waldo and Bin Laden, but I can't find Jesus.
But I found the Holy Grail. Put it back.
No, we don't need that crap. It's just a fucking cup.
Anywho, but like,
where the hell were we?
Oh yeah, I was talking about I was making my Lord of the Rings jokes.
Right.
So like they go to this lake, and that's when we got Peter just goes, most conveniently placed boats I've ever seen.
I know. I swear they were just sitting there. And just like,
they get to a lake, and it starts going like, where is Jesus? So he goes, people are getting hungry. Then Peter turns dramatically and goes, then let's fish. Let's fish! I don't know why.
We will fish! Sorry, camera.
No, that was
turn down your volume or whatever.
No, I just gotta get more me in the shot.
Gotcha.
It's my show.
It's like, hold on, let me fix it. There we go.
That's better.
Oh yeah, perfect.
Look at the sexy face.
Oh yeah, definitely. Just look at that the whole review. And just listen
single,
to
ladies.
And listen to my sexy voice in the background.
Okay. If like Pumbaa's voice was sexy, maybe.
It's like,
I guess I'm making Timon though, so I don't know what's coming.
Hello, ladies.
Right.
Are you looking for some grubs? I can Hakuna your tatas.
Anyways.
That line's in Deadpool, by the way.
I still have to see Deadpool.
There you go. You fucked up my ankle, dude.
Okay.
But anyway, so there's a part where like they start fishing all night, don't catch anything.
Yeah.
And I know this is in the Bible.
Yeah.
But then the part where they see a strange man with a staff, cloaked, like walking alongside.
$10, that's Jesus.
And I leaned over to you and goes, "A wizard is never late, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to." And I was like, "Oh, Gandalf is Jesus," and he even comes back to life.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
Just,
and what I can only assume is 3 days.
Going around Jesus and about. And walking around in the woods. Hey, guys.
And then there was another part where they start walking around again, and they run with this horrible.
It's more
flock
subtle than in like Narnia.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Then they start having this like flock of birds, like CGI flock of
The
birds.
most
that flip
CGI fucking birds. Like.
No, not as bad. Like not like Birdemic.
Yeah,
bad,
not Birdemic. They were pretty close. I thought they were close.
Maybe, I don't know. I wasn't really paying that much attention to it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I just know I leaned over to you again. He goes, so you try to take them across the pass, but if that doesn't work, where then will you go? If the mountains fail you, will you risk a more dangerous road? Which, when you apply it to the story, it kind of fucking works.
Like,
that's what made it so funny to me. I was like,
yeah, kind of.
Saruman send the birds after Jesus.
Yeah, it was just like those are Roman birds.
The flock, it's coming fast against the wind. I mean, like I said, like my really big era in movies, like some of the acting's over the top, like especially when like the interviews come
Let's fish.
And like even then, there are some decent parts with Peter too, where it's like, okay, he's like legitimately acting like a person would. Like, like it's like, how do you believe? Like, do you believe all this? Like, I don't know. I'm just kind of going with it.
This is weird,
like we're just as freaked out as you are. But I think I'm paraphrasing.
The most human scene Peter had was where Like, they're all camping. All the disciples are camping, and the Tribune is, like, way away from them, and he's just sitting in the dark. He's all cold and crap. And Peter apparently, like, he startles him, and so the Tribune pulls out his sword, and he cuts Peter's leg. And Peter is just, like, he's just
going,
like,
"Ah!
and he's
You
like,
dick!" And, like,
he's basically like, "Oh, you asshole!" And he like, "I was getting you water, you prick!" And he dumps it on the ground. He just like grabs the guy's sword and he just throws it. He's like, "Fuck you!" Just like, "Gah!"
See, if we wrote this, like if we wrote this movie, it'd be vastly different. Tribune, fuck you, dude.
Tribune, God
damn it.
Jesus
Christ. Oh shit.
And just like, he's like, "You rang?" He just pops out from a bush. Why didn't we check that bush? Sneaky Jesus.
Like the funny part though is like I've been tainted by way too much of stand-up comedy when it comes to Jesus. So,
That's funny.
I was thinking of in the fish scene though in particular. I only could think of a Patton Oswalt routine about Bread Boy.
Oh God!
Like, was he like the superhero sidekick that got cut out of the Bible? And he said, "I just give Jesus the fish and bread making powers." Like, whatever happened to Bread Boy? Whatever happened to him? Like Jesus performed a miracle, and here come in Bread Boy. "Ah, who wants a nice slice of pita, huh?"
Body of Christ. Just, what was it? There was a joke I did, like back when I was doing stand-up more often, which my mom was not a fan of. And it was like,
You think my mom's a fan of me doing this?
it was like
She accepts if she does not get it.
I'm like, did none of the disciples think that whole body of Christ thing was weird? Like Jesus was just like, eat this bread, for it is my body. And Peter's just like, what do you mean by that? He's just like, don't worry, you're just eating my shoulder. You should have seen what I gave Judas. Judas is all like, "Oh, it's not that bad." He's like, "Yeah, I figured you'd like that part of me, Judas." It's just,
Did you make a suck my dick joke with Judas?
Yes.
Did that joke work?
I never did it in front of an audience. Tell me if that joke works in the comments below.
There you go.
And
Let's see his comeback tour alongside Gilbert Gottfried.
oh yeah, definitely. What was it?
I think I would love if Gilbert Gottfried did a Jesus movie.
Oh my God.
Do you believe in the word of the Lord?
So you suppose that you're the Son of God?
Crucify him. You fool! Anyway.
Like there
Gilbert
were
Gottfried is Pilate. That'd be glorious casting
I'd watch the hell out of that. And it's just like...
This is why we can't make religious movies.
Pretty much.
We'd have Jesus played by Patton Oswalt. That would be ironic, and I think that'd be hysterical. And Gilbert Gottfried is Pilate.
As Pilate, just like fucking...
You could probably have Agent Coulson as Peter.
I can see that, yeah, okay.
I mean, there's not a whole lot else to talk
Ian
about.
McKellen as Caiaphas. I think that would just be cool. That would just be cool. It'd be like, must die. This Jesus must die.
Yeah, like to give credit where credit's due, like the main guy who played the role in this movie. He did a pretty good job.
Yeah,
like he's playing it straight, and he does actually a fairly good job in the material he's given. Like, it's even this whole monologue he has about like what it feels like to be crucified, and it's actually legitimately pretty good.
Yeah, like, he does that very well.
So like, and especially like you can tell he's acting alongside people who are way out of their fucking league.
Pretty much, like
again, that weird ass bar scene when he's talking to the guard, and the guard is having like these weird breakdowns and like almost sporadic. I was like, take a fucking chill pill, dude. Calm down.
Okay, just drink more wine.
It was clearly water.
Yeah, it was clearly water.
So for every scene, like, okay, that was really
interesting. It was either water or it was the whitest of wines, which is still water at the end of the day.
I mean, like, so like the last scenes were like, it's like, okay, that was really, really interesting. I'm really fascinated by like that cultural perspective on this whole thing. And then you got scenes of like, well, that was dumb.
The fuck am I looking at right here?
Yeah, there's a few of those. So it's like, it's kind of a give and take, but like as far as like religious movies goes, it's definitely the most competently made one I've seen in a long time. So like, give credit where credit's due.
Yeah, this is like one of those C movies where it's like it wasn't a good movie, but like it was still like kind of enjoyable.
The guy in front of us liked it.
Huh?
The guy in front of us liked it.
Yeah, which one?
The guy in front of us.
Oh yeah, that guy was enjoying the hell out of it.
Like, we were joking around. Like, we'll talk about this more when we get in the trailers.
Yeah.
But like, we're like, this movie's made for that guy.
That guy.
Like, the people just eat this shit up. Which if that's your thing, fine. But like, oh man, I will never get it. Let me put it that way, because I hate pandering. I hate it so much. Like, even then, this movie doesn't feel that pander to. Even by, I mean, of course there's some pandering because it's a religious movie, but not to the extent I've seen in like.
It wasn't like.
Not like.
It felt harmless, so to speak. Like, it wasn't there to preach the gospel. It was there to tell a story.
Yeah.
And like some parts of it were interesting.
Yeah. So like, I mean. I'm never going to see it again.
Yeah, me neither.
And I don't recommend paying full price to see it.
Yeah.
If you got a religious family and you look, it's on Netflix. No reason not to.
Yeah, sure. Like,
it's harmless. Like I said, it's harmless.
It's harmless. It's just kind of telling a story.
It's not preaching any bad moral vibes or anything like offensive.
Yeah. It's just. Even
I mean,
it was actually kind of a funny joke. That's actually kind of a joke I thought was kind of funny. They were like during the manhunt part, they were looking for Mary Magdalene, and the Tribune asks Malfoy, like, "Did you bring anyone who knows what she looks like?" And Malfoy's like, "What do you mean?" And so Tribune walks over to the barracks, and there's a bunch of soldiers there. He's just like, "Any of you know Mary Magdalene?" And like a whole bunch of guys are just like, they're raising their hands.
I mean,
and it's just funny because she's a prostitute.
Oh, I forgot she was.
Yeah, that's why that was amusing to me.
They don't tend to teach that in Sunday school.
The soldiers would know. They would know.
So yeah, I was like, I mean, like, I take it as you will that we got some interesting trailers though.
Oh God.
The first trailer we got, and I've known this movie's been coming for a long time, but I never saw the first one, but. I was like, oh man, I gotta go see this piece of shit.
Yep.
God's Not Dead 2. The most overdramatic pile of bullshit in a 2.5 minute trailer.
That was hard to watch.
My God. I mean, I can tell right now this movie's gonna be full of so much unbelievable horse shit.
Yep. It's just like
that's try to get Wes on that one.
Yeah, please do.
We might do like maybe do a reaction video. For
I
the
feel
first
like
one
that would be.
first.
I feel like we should do a reaction video of God Is Not Dead 1.
Because that one's pretty awful too.
And figure out how that warranted a sequel.
I don't know, but I mean, the guy in front of us got invested in that one too.
I wasn't paying attention to that. Like, was he into it or like?
I don't know. I just know when the music started playing. I guess they hired someone.
Oh shit! Yeah.
They hired someone to get like the God's Not Dead theme. I guess there's some guy when the music starts playing. The guy in front of us was going, yeah.
He was jamming. I remember that. He was jamming to it. Just like, yeah.
Yeah. You tell those people about the Lord, sir.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't think it was fucking. There's like, wow, there's so many baffling choices in this trailer. Like, I have to see how this all comes together now because I can't fathom how this all goes to the White House.
Yeah, I
don't know if it actually was the White House or like a courthouse. It looked like kind of.
Nowhere in it did say based on a true story, so that I'm glad about.
No, it's no way.
Yeah,
like because all this apparently starts with someone answers a question that happens to relate to the Bible somehow.
Pretty much.
So it's like fucking really.
Fuck these guys.
Oh my God. Yeah. Jesus.
Jesus.
Oh man.
Why do you have this crap?
That's gonna be a special. It's gonna be a special experience for whoever goes with me.
Oh man.
If I want to give Wuhan aneurysm, I'll take him to go see it.
If I get a text the day before you're going to see this movie saying, Matt, no one else will do it, I'm bringing both of my flasks. Okay, and I'm just gonna be. Fuck no, I'm gonna need it all.
Yeah, okay.
Like those things are only 8 ounces each, so that's mine. You have to bring your own.
You sat through Kirk Cameron Saving Christmas.
I was drunk during Kirk Cameron Saving Christmas.
Yeah, I remember.
Yep, you remember.
Drank most of my whiskey.
I did, and it was delicious. Thank you.
You're welcome. You owe me about $50.
Oh, shit.
I'm kidding. It was a gift.
Oh, okay. Okay, you can probably have a flask for that, yeah.
Right.
I will spare you a flask. You can have a spare flask.
There you go. That's a good boy.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got Miracles from Heaven. I've talked about this trailer before.
Yeah,
it's kind of like, I don't know.
God wants your kid to die, but he doesn't.
No, it's really, it's just the right way that mysterious death illness is magically cured.
Yep.
Like, I was like, never say what it is, except that it can't be treated. There is no cure. So Leonora goes, yeah, she died from that horrible thing called illness.
She died the death from disease the disease.
Exactly. But there's a part where
terrible way to go.
It's a part at the very end where, like, the girl goes, he told me I'd be okay. And Jennifer Garner says, who told you? And
as it leaned over to you and said Jimmy Stewart or Jerry Lewis. That was it. I said Jerry Lewis.
And I was more thinking of the fact that, like, okay, I know we're supposed to believe children are innocent little mountain flowers who are so pure and honest in their intentions that they never lie. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry to say this, but that kid's probably fucking lying. You know why? Because I work with kids every goddamn week. They lie all the fucking time. Lying is what they do.
I believe you.
Like, I had to instill a policy when I make balloons for kids, just because I know kids fucking lie.
How do they lie while you're making them balloons?
Well, I have a...
How does this add up?
I have a, like, if your balloon pops, I'll make you a new one policy, but some kids think they can cheat the system.
By popping their own balloons?
No, by just saying, oh, my balloon popped.
They just put it behind them. Oh, it's a balloon pop.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, if you're gonna do that, I need proof.
I need to see the remains, kid.
That's exactly what I tell them. I say, bring what's left of it back to me so I know it popped, and I'll make you a new one.
I just want to, I don't know why, I'm just thinking that's just funny in a Spider-Man costume. It's just like, kid, I'm gonna see some proof.
And I've had a few kids try to punk me with that once. I had one kid that tried to bully me to make him a second one.
What?
Seriously, like, he started, like, rubbing against me, like, pushing me and shit.
Little bastard.
And he comes, like,
he's gonna put Spider-Man? Spider-Man will beat your ass.
I mean, he didn't even come up to my hip. So I was like, I kind of turned to him and I was thinking, dude, you know I could, like, throw you like a lawn dart here, right?
The parents are just like, do it. Do it.
No, I didn't say that. I wanted to. I almost did. But I just kind of looked at him like, seriously?
Like,
can I pull an attitude?
Just like, when you can take down Doc Ock, then we'll talk. But I mean, you're still not getting a second balloon, kid.
This is one of the interesting tangent from Miracles from Heaven. Oh no, we segued into this. Oh, children lying. That's right.
Yeah, children lying.
So I'm sorry if you're one of those people that believe children don't lie. You're wrong. Until you have kids yourself, you don't know.
Children are little liars. They are. I know. I was a child once, and I was a compulsive liar.
You're still a compulsive liar.
Oh yeah, definitely, without a doubt. But where do you think I learned it? Childhood. That's the proving ground.
Then we got the Young Messiah, which I'm assuming is like between that movie, this movie, and the Passion of the Christ, we have like the full trilogy going on
Pretty
here.
much. We got Jesus.
Jesus in this movie, by the way, he was also not
Jesus,
white.
Dead Jesus. Non-white Jesus. Kudos on that.
I know, 2 for 2 so far this year.
He's also got adorable cheeks, I swear. Like, I'm just like, I didn't notice.
Versus Sean Bean.
Yeah, like, I didn't notice this last time we were watching the trailer, but I'm like, wow, Jesus has really adorable cheeks. I mean, man, his mom probably pinched the shit out of those things. Jesus.
Maybe not, because he, it's my God and all that.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Just like, it's just, God's like, hands off my kid!
Child abuse, man!
Like, oh, Jesus, you're such a cute savior of mankind.
Don't do that!
Just like, I still love that bit where it's like Sean Bean and Jesus, like tiny 12-year-old
like
Jesus,
death staring each other.
It's just like,
you better watch your fucking ass, Sean Bean.
we meet for the first time for the last time. Just like, only one of us leaves here alive. You wanna talk to me? You gotta bring it through my dad.
God said I should turn the other cheek, but he's not here today.
Jesus, like tiny 12-year-old Jesus, like, put him out, fucker.
Imagine like a badass lines baby Jesus can say. You know what they say? Puberty's a bitch.
I'm gonna make you feel the body of Christ right now. Let me tell you that much.
Why does your Jesus sound like Popeye?
Hey, come over here. Here's my body. Here's my blood. It's like, my body of Christ make you spit out some of the blood of Christ. Just like, I don't know. It's just the kids sound like Popeye to me.
I just imagine Jesus trying to give sermons as Popeye.
You love thy neighbor. Love thy neighbor. I can't actually do Popeye when I'm trying to do Popeye.
Apparently not. And then we got Gods of Egypt, which felt massively out of place here.
A little more than massive, yeah.
Because I leaned over to you and was like, I just have to wonder about the executive decision to include that trailer with this movie. Like, it's got the word gods in the title, close enough.
It's got God in it, it's kind of.
Like, yeah, I'll do. Just throw it in there and call it a day. Are you sure? Because it's kind of blasphemous. Just do it.
It's got gods. It's just, they don't know the difference. It's like their God doesn't have wings and shoot fire, and it doesn't look like Gerard Butler.
The awesome kind of God does. Old Testament God was all about that shit.
Old Testament God probably sounded like King Leonidas like every day.
Old Testament God was like, amateurs.
Fucking amateurs.
You don't need giant snakes. I can just turn everyone to salt.
I'll just turn your
It's
asses
much
into
more efficient.
giant snakes. I'll just flood the fucking world. Where are your snakes now, biatch?
They're on the ark.
Two of them, right? Just two giant snakes just sitting right there on the top of the
too. They're the last ones.
These were the ark snakes.
So how many more people can you piss off in this review?
I'm sure we'll think of something.
I don't know. I don't have much else to say. Do you got anything?
Yeah, pretty much. You know, it was okay.
It's competently made.
It was okay. It was well made.
Yeah, so like
it wasn't really great.
I mean, given the standard that religious movies had, this is actually far better than I expected.
Yeah, much better.
I'm just happy that I got something interesting out of it. So like, at least I can take that away from it. Mm-hmm. So I'm never gonna see it again. I don't recommend paying full price for it.
Yeah,
but,
don't do that.
It's what it is. It's okay.
No,
see where we were expecting going into it. Yeah.
If it's playing on a History Channel,
it's got 60%.
You can DVR it.
It's got 60% Rotten Tomato, and that's a score I'd agree with.
Yeah, 60%. Yeah, that's reasonable. I say this is like a D+ movie. Yeah, or like C-. I'm gonna give this movie a C-.
Okay, so
it was all right. There were good parts to it.
So I gotta wake up early tomorrow and go see The Witch.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's going to be like
The Witch.
Oh, I'm really tired. Holy shit! From what I've heard, I don't know. I heard the movie's pretty scary, so hopefully all should be good. They all said that about It Follows. I didn't think that was very scary, but thank you guys for watching. See you all tomorrow.
Take it easy.